to you again with another video. Today we're out in England and we have decided that we're going on a day trip to Hastings to go see the Bodiam Castle. So I heard it's really pretty, so we'll just make a day trip out of it and go there and show you guys all that. You guys excited to go to Bodiam Castle? So enthusiastic. Alright guys, we just got here to Hastings. Now we're gonna wait for our bus to Bodiam Castle. Alright, we just hopped on the bus. I think it was 4:39. That's the bus number. Yeah, right now we're gonna head over to the castle. I think it's gonna take like an hour via bus. So yeah, went for a ride. Alright guys, after spending at least, that was probably like 45 minutes on the bus, we are here at the castle, Bodiam Castle. Yeah, they have a few shops here before you actually get in. Here's the ticket and information center. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be free. Probably not terribly expensive though. Yeah guys, it's not a cheap castle to go to, but they give you a wristband and a map. That way you know how to get around the castle. Yeah guys, what a magnificent looking castle. I believe it was made in the year 1383, around that time. Yeah, it was made by Sir Edward Dalengreege, I believe his name was, who was a former knight of King Edward III. And they built this castle during the 100 Years' War, and it was built in order to protect England from a French invasion. So this was one of the first lines of defense against the French invasion, which never happened because I believe England held much more control of France during the war. I don't think France actually made it to England at all. I think the only time France actually made it to England was during the conquest in 1066 at the Battle of Hastings with William the Conqueror. I think that was the only time. Don't quote me on that, but that's just based off of my knowledge of English history. But yeah, that was the history of this castle. And it appears that you can go inside. So we're gonna go do that. All right, I just asked the kind lady. She said to start over here because there's a video. I guess we'll learn something maybe.
Met in the castle to remind friends, neighbours and enemies just how big a fish you are.
Yeah guys, so after watching the video, I wasn't too off. So this castle was built in 1385, not 1383. And I was right. It was Sir Edward, who was a former knight of King Edward. But yeah, what I didn't know was that he needed permission to build the castle by King Richard. So I guess King Edward III wasn't around anymore by the time that this castle was built. But yeah, like I said before, this castle was built to protect England from French invaders. So yeah, not totally wrong about what I said earlier. But yeah, now I know a thing or two. How small this was. Got duck. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah guys, this castle is really cool. It's definitely one of those castles that you picture from like medieval times, which is about the time that it was built. This reminds me of like Monty Python's The Quest for the Holy Grail. You can just imagine how many archers they had up here, ready to rain fire down on all the French soldiers who never showed up. Hey, we were ready. All right, I think my time here is up. Go try and go down. Yeah, guys, this is the second tower that you can climb up. I don't know which one has the better view. This one's really cool because you can see the entrance on the moat. But the other side has a much better view, I think. You can see all the kids playing inside the castle. There's the entrance to the moat. And there's even a winery right there. Yeah, I think that's really cool that they have little activities for the kids to do. Can only imagine being an English native boy playing inside a castle. To me as an American, that's just really foreign. We don't have castles in America, so, you know, I kind of envy them a little bit. Please do not touch the bats. Oh, that's nice. All right, guys. I have yet to see one, but I actually do hear bats. So, oh, they're like over there somewhere. You can hear them. They're like squeaking a little bit. That's crazy. Oh, and look at that. Right back where we started. Yeah, guys, this has been a really cool castle experience. You know, not every castle, you know, has a lot of things to do and see within, but this one does. Really cool. Alright guys, we're finally on our way back to Hastings from seeing Bodiam Castle after 2 hours of waiting. Yeah, if you come here, it's way better to come here by car as opposed to bus, because, you know, the bus comes only every 2 hours. So, yeah, now we're gonna go back to Hastings and get some dinner. Guys, we have the Iceland store. You know what they're saying, and if you enter Iceland, then you get transported to Iceland immediately. Yep, infamous deer hunter. Yeah, guys, I thought long and hard about this, but I don't think we can gatekeep this place any longer. So we are going to take you to our favorite fish and chip shop. The Codfather. Only the best. Fish and chips. Yeah, so as you can see, the cotton chips here is about 12 quid 80. So that's pretty good for UK prices. And I think that's exactly what I'm gonna get. Yeah, guys, like always, that fish and chips smacked. And like always, I can go without having fish and chips for like a year. Yeah, I'll crave fish and chips, and then after eating it, it's just so greasy that I can just go without for a while because you kind of get sick of it. But that was really good fish and chips. I actually ended up getting the haddock and chips instead of the cod because they were out. But yeah, if you're here in Hastings, definitely go to the Codfather. That's definitely the best fish and chip shop in town. Right back where we started. Yeah, guys, we decided that we had to get out of Hastings as soon as possible because at night is definitely a different city, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, many more to come. And yeah, like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.